Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Volusia Flagler Cares, your nonprofit go to podcast where we discuss all of the different, mostly nonprofit groups and the fundraisers and events that they have going on in Volusia and Flagler counties. Today, we are very fortunate. We have somebody that's they're going to end up going all through the state of Florida if they get their way. But it is Nanette McKeel and Jamie Gallegos who are going to talk with us about the Daytona Dog Beach. A lot of people don't know that there you can or you can't. There, some people they're just not in tune with that. But I do know that it's something that I've never seen a community that polices after themselves the way that this group does. It's like almost militant. But it needs to be, or you don't get approved, or you don't get any of this. So, what I thought we would do is kind of let people know what Daytona Dog Beach is, because it's not, I don't think, just one geographic area. And then, what your guys' plans are and how people can support and help you guys. And then we'll see what else we got. I will tell everybody that the links, QR codes, everything will be appearing in the video at the end. So they'll be able to click right in and get right to where they're going. So it's called the Daytona Dog Beach, but are you guys expanding beyond Daytona? Is that in the works or?
Sure. Well, if you'd like, I can kind of explain a little bit the naming. So the organization is actually Daytona Dog Beach Inc.
Okay.
And Daytona, the concept of Daytona Dog Beach Inc. actually began almost 5 years ago with a gentleman in the neighborhood here beachside who started a Facebook group called Daytona Dog Beach. And the simple concept of the Facebook group was, hey, we should be able to walk our dogs on the beach. And
Right.
it started that simply in January of that year. And it began to grow and grow and grow. And I became involved about a month into when he had first launched the site. He had asked me to join. I got involved, became one of the administrators on the account. And before we knew
Sure.
it, the interest was growing and growing. And it became apparent to me that people expect something to happen with this.
Well, I mean, pets are people now. It's
Absolutely.
it's a totally different world.
Right. So that's when in May of 2021, we decided we would form a nonprofit. So we are a 501c3 and we named
Okay.
ourselves Daytona Dog Beach Inc. And
Okay.
if you look at our overall mission, and we did talk about this, we weren't limiting ourselves just to Daytona Beach. So we talked
Mm-hmm.
about the greater Daytona Beach area is who we
Right.
represent. But it does become a little confusing to people when they hear Daytona Dog Beach and then thinking, well, what about the other areas?
Right. Right. Now, are there other dog beaches in Volusia or Flagler County that you know of?
Well, in Flagler County, there is. And in the Volusia County area, many people talk about the Ponce Inlet and the Smyrna Dunes Park dog beaches.
Right.
They're actually on the inlet sides, not
Mm-hmm.
on the more traditional beach side of Volusia County.
But God,
And
if you were visiting or anything here in Daytona, I mean, Ponce Inlet is great, but it's a 25-minute drive.
correct, correct. Yes. So that's how we began. And I mean, long story short, finally in July of 2023, Volusia County
Okay.
Council voted to have a pilot program, and they actually put that area in Ormond Beach. And there's a whole story about why that was
Well, they're the
chosen.
county, Daytona, Ormond.
There was a lot of considerations. A lot of people, question that. There was a lot of thought, a lot of different issues that had to be worked through. So, but it was
Hmm.
chosen as the area for the pilot program, and they set it for an 18-month trial. And so in November of 2023, the dog friendly beach in Ormond, and it's never really been officially named. People call it the Ormond Dog Beach, Daytona Dog Beach. It's the dog beach, the dog friendly section in Ormond is it's really what they call it
Okay, the
officially.
official name.
Yeah,
I
maybe
love it.
eventually
That's a
we'll get
catchy name.
official name for it. But yeah, so it started November 1st of 2023, and then just shy of the 18-month end on April 1st of 2025, after much statistics being kept and different things
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
you'd have to have so many different benchmarks, just almost like, okay, prove that, this is going to work.
Absolutely. And we worked with the county. They
Hmm.
developed different statistics they wanted to keep track of, and they had their own animal services group keep track of those records. But simultaneously, we offered and they accepted it to maintain the same statistics. So every month we would
Sure.
submit our statistics, they had their statistics, and then they had, two to look at to see.
Right, a reconciliation. And now, were they pretty consistent?
Yeah, they were. They were. Absolutely. The one different thing that we were gathering that they weren't is we began to actually gather the trash, not left by dogs, but left by people or brought in by the tides.
Right.
And we began to collect that data too. They didn't ask us to, but we did, and we submitted that to them every month as well.
Well, I'm in the Kiwanis, and whenever we do a beach cleanup or there are kids with the key clubs, they do it. Everything has to be, documented and put down, and
Right.
they want to know it all. But man, that is so tremendous that it's beyond, just okay, we got ours and we're taking our dog to the beach. It's, what, this is ours and we're going to take care of it. So many times I see people fall into the, we got to have it. This is what we pay the government to do. I
Right.
don't know. Do you live here? Can you pick up after yourself? Good God.
Exactly. Well, we can tell you not everybody does pick up after themselves because,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I mean, I can give you the statistics if you care for them of how much trash we've collected off the
Well, I,
beach.
I
It's
did go to
estimable.
your website, and when I saw it, I was like, no way. I
Yeah,
mean, to over 10,000 pounds?
correct. Correct.
Good God, that, that's like 5 tons of stuff. My goodness.
On a
Right.
Kelly, that's on a 0.6 mile stretch of beach.
Man, we got to
0.6.
get our act together here. I grew up in Colorado, and we used to go backpacking, and I'm not kidding you. People enforced it. And you didn't have to be rude. It'd just be, excuse me, but I think you left something back here and you're going to need to go back and pick it up.
Right.
Great. No big deal. But now, my goodness,
Well,
this is
the
crazy.
other thing that we do pick up is we do get a lot coming in from the tides, and especially in weather
Hmm.
like we have now with the storms, we get a lot coming in, and we pick that stuff up too. And if we find things that are beyond what we can pick up and carry, we actually then call the coastal division and put an alert in that, hey, you have a huge chunk of concrete laying here that needs removed or
Or a ship's
resurfaced.
mast.
Yes, seriously. I mean, we have found huge pieces of lumber, and our volunteers will try to pick up and move things, but they have to be careful.
Yeah, no, there's a point that
Right.
probably not
Right. But
safe.
and we've even had there was one instance where there was some pollutants that they believe came from a ship that had dumped it too close to the
Hmm.
shore. This is probably about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years at this point, and it polluted the beaches with a waxy substance, that
Yeah.
wasn't safe.
Tar balls.
Well, it was like a white wax, and they said they use it to clean basically the septic systems on the ships.
Oh,
So
nice.
they alerted us. Now we didn't go all over the beaches, but on the dog beach we did, and we
Right.
did warn people that whether they were there themselves with children or dogs, like don't pick this up. We were very careful with gloves, and we went out and we cleaned that beach for days because it kept coming in. But
Oh,
we did
right.
that well. So our volunteers have become very proud of that aspect of what they do. We really care about the environment. We care about the birds on the beach. We care about the turtles. Our volunteers are out there in the evenings filling in the holes, picking up trash so that those turtles don't have an obstacle as they come onto shore.
Right.
And many times in the morning, our volunteers are there even before the turtle patrol comes up, and they have found turtles that have washed back. We know the rules of what to do and not to do. We alert beach safety or the
So
turtle
you
patrol.
guys work kind of together with the Turtle Patrol?
Well, we're doing our part. I'm not sure they have acknowledged what we do, but we are out there doing that, and we have alerted them to issues where they needed to
Man,
come in.
they are their own entity there, boy. I got to tell you.
Yes. But again, we love the animals. We love our beach. We want it to be
Yeah.
as clean as possible. We want to clean up the oceans as much as possible. We want to do our part, and we are certainly doing that.
Well, now, do you find that there's anything that is on the beach? Well, I guess it would be that would be harmful to pets of any kind.
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, anything you could think of, we've probably picked up off that beach.
Okay, I don't know if I want to go there, but
Well, yeah, let your imagination go wild. But I could tell you almost everything you could think of. Yes, we have found it. We've had instances where we had to call beach safety to come with a sharps container to pick up
hmm.
syringes, some loaded with things, some empty, and it goes on from there.
Wow.
Yeah,
So potentially really dangerous.
really.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, I guess it leads into another question about how many volunteers do you actually have that are
We
risking their lives?
Sure. We have about 50, and
Oh, wow.
that are trained. We have to go through Volusia County training, similar to what
Okay.
any person who works on the beach goes through. They're required to go through that. And then, of course, we have our own forms and things to fill out. And like with any volunteer effort, you have so many, and you have a percentage that are really out there carrying the load. And then you have some that come and go. Um,
Hmm.
we do have people that are retired. So sometimes, they go back up north for a period of months, or they visit their children up
Right.
somewhere in a state. And so we understand that. But then they come back and they start back up again. So it's a really good group, and we're adding people. In fact, we'll get into this later, but about the new section that we're going to talk about. But even since then, we've had people emailing us. We want to be part of it. We want to be volunteers. So we are continually bringing new people in as they learn about it. And we've met with Volusia County Schools, and we've worked with them to provide our information and for them to
Oh,
provide the
nice.
requirements. So we have now submitted volunteer information to the high schools. We are focusing on the high schools. We are able to track their hours and work with them on the Bright Futures scholarships or any other type of scholarship or entrance, information they might need. We
Hmm.
can then provide them with the hours that they've spent with our nonprofit. So that's another thing. We have a few younger people from the colleges that are part of it, but we're hoping to
Sure.
expand and build that sense of
Well,
volunteer.
let me know. We have the Kiwanis has all of those key clubs, and they're, same thing, looking for bright future scholarship credit hours. But I
Right.
mean, they really do a lot. it's more than just that, that they are taught leadership skills, so many different things that all of us are going to need to have people that have compassion, that have foresight, that have a need to be a leader in their community. And
Absolutely.
they don't just grow on trees. You got to train them, you have to teach them.
Well, we just went. It's probably been almost a month now, and actually spoke to a K-5 school here in Ormond Beach. And the
Okay.
following week, they took the day and they came with their families, and we did a beach cleanup in another area, not the dog beach, because it's so clean.
Right.
There's not much to clean up. But we
Right.
got and we did another section of beach, a 1 mile stretch. And again, we're trying to teach even those little kids, you can make a difference in your community. And these are some of the ways you can do it. Some of the
Hmm.
stay positive, stay committed. Every little bit helps. We're trying to plant those seeds for tomorrow's volunteers, tomorrow's leaders.
Right. 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 Now, you guys, and again, we'll talk about the Poker Run fundraiser coming up here, but there are ways for people to just donate to the cause. There's ways to be a sponsor. I saw something and it said Paw Ambassador, and I didn't know what that was.
Well, that's actually our volunteers. They
Oh, okay.
named themselves that. We actually had a meeting early on, and we had a whole list of different things they could call themselves, and that was their choice to be paw ambassadors. And they really liked the ambassador piece of it.
Oh, I love that too.
Right,
Yeah, it's
right,
more than just, picking up trash on the beach. Come talk to me and we'll,
right. Right. And we're beginning to do other things in the community. I mean, we have been for almost 5 years now. As far as educating the public, we've donated some funds to different, efforts and things like that. So
Hmm.
as a paw ambassador, yeah, the primary thing at this point is cleaning the beach, but that's growing and growing. So there are opportunities, and we do have some who, for whatever reason, are not able to walk the beaches. And so we've
Right.
given some help with some bookkeeping of the hours, for example, or they go to different events where they can educate people. So that's going to
Or they
continue.
can be a sponsor.
Right. So, and on our website, on a different page, there is a whole thing about sponsorships, and you're correct. You can make a monetary donation. There are you can sponsor one of the dog bag dispensers that are along the beach or in the parking
Yeah.
lots. And then we have some other types of volunteer, sponsorship options. And we also have in-kind sponsors. So sometimes people will donate things that we can use for
Okay.
raffles or we
Sure.
do celebrations for our paw ambassadors every quarter. And we go to a dog-friendly venue. And
Ah, do you guys ever stop?
not very often, Kelly, on it. Um, Yeah, and we're all volunteers. Every single one of us. None of us get paid a penny for any of this, but it's our passion to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I know people asked me about in the Kiwanis. It was like, now explain to me again. You guys pay money to raise money to give it all away.
Yeah,
Yes, that's us.
yeah,
But
exactly.
what do you? That's all you can do in your community.
Right. Yeah, you make a difference. And everybody can help. Like I said, everybody can help in any little way they can. We yeah, we've had, I've literally had people come up to me on the beach. They
Hmm.
see us there every day, and there's some people that maybe are not financially well off.
Right.
One lady in particular that's in my memory, she came up one day and handed me a $1 bill. And she said, "I don't have much, but I want to help." And that $1 meant as much as when
Oh yeah.
as anything, to be honest. And
Well,
that's
if you took it as a proportion of her income, it would be,
absolutely,
astronomical.
absolutely. So, and that's how we've raised all the money to date. We started with zero, absolutely nothing. It's all been private donations. Again,
Mm-hmm.
everything from $1. We've maybe had some that have donated a few thousand. And we've been fortunate. The Latitude, Margaritaville, Daytona Beach community here, they have a grant program, and we've applied to that from year one. And we're fortunate their residents value what we're doing, and then we've been recipients
Right.
of those grants every year, along with a lot of other nonprofits. But we
Yeah.
selected, so that's the only grant money we've received, and we've never taken any other type of funding from any other source. So, and we've done a few.
But you definitely would like to have more sponsorship and greater sponsorship from those that are on board.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's just Daytona Beach. I mean, we have to think beyond even the local residents, because if you've come here to visit from another city or from anywhere else and you're out in the beach area, and there's nowhere for you to take your dog or to let them experience the ocean or anything like that,
Right.
it doesn't put on a good face for our area as accommodating as we need to be. So I'm very proud of not only your efforts, but that somehow the bureaucracy has seen the benefit of of what you do, and has chosen to support you. I mean, it's tremendous. Not everybody gets that. Oh, you want money? Sorry, no.
Yeah. Right. Well, and we've never asked the county for money. We've actually given them the money. I mean,
Right.
we listened early on of what the concerns were from the residents, from the business community, and from, our officials. And so all the concerns that were brought up from 2021 on, we looked at them, we researched them vigorously. Do they have a
Hmm.
point? Or is this just people's opinions? So we did do that. We tried to prove the naysayers correct, but we didn't find that. And then we looked at what was the demand, what was the benefit
Right.
that this would bring, and we laid that out to them. And again, we stuck to the facts. We did a lot of research. Growing demand for pet friendly tourism. I mean, it's
Yeah.
when different airlines are now doing it, private airlines are catering
It's
to it,
huge. It's
more and more hotels.
exploding.
Yes, absolutely.
In fact, just go to Walmart now, and what used to be like one little row of dog collars and stuff like that, it's like four separate, you know, f- front and back side of this. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But on the other side, the size of families are being reduced.
Mhm.
So dogs are becoming a replacement, and especially for seniors who, we're here in Florida.
Right.
uh, there's it's the perfect companion.
Well, and we looked at the demographics, Kelly, and you're absolutely correct. Obviously, a lot of seniors, do
Mhm.
have pets. I know my husband and I, we have 5 children. We have 5 grandchildren, and we now have, well, we have 4 great grandchildren and a set of twins on the way. However, and we're great with our family. We're close to them. But
Sure.
who we spend our time with? Our 3 little dogs.
Again, they don't complain.
Well,
They don't
the family,
whine.
the kids and now the grandkids, they're raising families, they're busy. And again, we have a good rapport. It's not that we're not connected with them, but the majority of
Right.
our time, it's our 3 little dogs with us. But and you're right too, though, there is that segment of population, and I can't remember exactly, but it's maybe like people in their 30s. That's actually a growing segment of dog owners in that generation. And now we're seeing it again with the younger people.
Well, and I got to tell you, I went to a website and it was for like accessories for, you know, the active dog owner. And it fits right into what you were just saying about that, like 30 to 45. But I mean, they have like, you know, things that to carry the pet onto a surfboard and, you know, skydiving. It's like, my God. But the pets, when you see them, some of them, they love it.
They love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jamie, you can speak a little bit to the real estate impact this has had.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Kelly knows. We,
Yeah.
you know, I own a brokerage that services Volusia and Flagler County, and
Lifestyle Realty Group, for those who don't know.
you are correct, Kelly. So yeah, we field a lot of calls when we have folks relocating from other areas. Generally, they're coming down and they're first staying in our hotels, and they want to know what hotels are pet friendly. They
Right.
want to know where, you know, when they move here, where the pet parks and the pet friendly beaches are. It's definitely a big question. And, you know, it's funny that was echoed, and I apologize. I was losing signal here for a bit. And I don't know if we talked about it, but Nanette and some of the others and I were at the Hard Rock the other day planning for our upcoming Ruff Rock and Roll Poker Ride fundraiser next week. And we were talking to the folks at the Hard Rock, and they said, thank God we are now getting a pet-friendly beach along the beach behind their property, because the Hard Rock, for one, out of many, is a pet-friendly hotel. So their guests are coming, bringing their pets, excited they can have their pets. Their pets can go anywhere in the hotel except in the restaurant. And yet they can't walk out their back door and walk them on the beach. I mean, people would get upset with them. And they'd say,
Yeah,
it's not
that's not even.
we don't own the beach. It's not our policy. So anyway, yes, from a real estate and a tourism perspective, my gosh, I mean, it's a big demand. I've lived here. I've been here since the early 80s. My family's been coming to Flagler Beach, Palm Coast, and Ormond since the 70s. And I remember before dogs on the beach were banned. It's been 37 years, but I remember. I'm that old. So
Well,
we've always been a pet family, and we always had our dogs at the beach. And it was just such a natural thing, and such a good part of healthy living, to go take your dog
right.
for a walk and socialize and
Throw a big old
you know,
stick out there and watch him swim and get tired out. And yeah.
yeah. So it's time. It's really, really about time. And I'm so
Well,
glad.
I
I mean,
think though that the majority of the acceptance, both from residents and the council, is probably because instead of saying, here's what we want, give it to us, it was, here's what we would like, and here's the steps that we have seen that we need to put in place to make sure that we are accountable and responsible. And, you know, who's going to argue with that?
Yep. This lady right here, Nanette, that's how I met Nanette in 2023 at an Ormond Beach Chamber of Commerce government affairs meeting, and I was so impressed with how this was being handled, and how it was such a public-private partnership of everybody coming together and proving that this can work, and it does work. And it is, you know, the first beach, as Nanette said, in Ormond, we had the 18-month pilot. It's now a permanent beach, and it has been wildly successful by all metrics, whether it's the trash or I don't know if you've been there, Kelly. I think you're New Smyrna based, but it's the cleanest stretch of beach anywhere, because people care and they want to keep it, and they're taking care of it. This organization is amazing.
Well, and definitely logistics, organization, they are the keys to a successful nonprofit group. and an event and fundraiser. So that kind of like brings us into one of the big reasons why we are here today, and that is to talk about your poker run that's coming up. What is that, next week?
Next Thursday,
Yeah.
yes.
Next
First day of Biketoberfest.
Thursday, week
Yes.
from
And that's
today.
the Ruff Rock and Roll Poker Run 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
You gonna
no, the
dust off
first
the
annual.
First annual, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kelly, you need to dust off the old hog and come join us.
Right. Well, I was gonna ask if do you guys both ride?
I do.
I don't ride, and Jamie has been a rider from what I understand. I don't know if we're
Yep.
going to let her ride
Yep.
next week, though. We have her on volunteer duty.
That will
Hey,
not be
somebody's
happening
got to
next week,
stay back at
unfortunately.
at the homestead and make sure everything. But
Yeah.
I grew up in Colorado, and I mean, God, I used to ride motorcycles everywhere, and then finally I got a bike that scared me to death, and that was when I said, no, no, I'm gonna die if I keep doing this.
Wow.
But
I've
I will
ridden
tell
the $1
you.
Million Highway on a motorcycle.
Well,
You know the $1
now
Million
see, most of
Highway?
my stuff was in the trails and in the mountains and everything. So a different thing than
Yeah.
riding on highways. Uh,
Yeah.
but the Flagler area, all of these people are just so supportive of Biketoberfest in general. And I
Sure.
imagine that your ride that's the same day as the coleslaw wrestling.
And that's at the Cabbage Patch, isn't it?
And that's one of our stops.
And
I
it is.
believe it is.
It is one of our stops. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
That was our mystery stop that we just unveiled. In fact, you're
Oh
probably
my
one of the
God.
first in the media that's been spoken of, Kelly. So yes,
Yeah.
that's our mystery stop.
Right.
Well,
So
if you don't mind, if you'll just allow me to kind of list all of the different stops you have.
Please do.
It starts
please.
off at the Hard Rock Hotel in Daytona Beach, goes to the Oceanside Beach Bar and Grill, then to the Ormond Garage Caribbean Jacks, and then all the way out to the Cabbage Patch, which ought to be just a hoot. Hope the weather's nice. Then the Tiki Docks River Bar and Grill, Racing's North Turn, love that place. And then straight up A1A to back to the Hard Rock for an after party and prizes. After party, what's that all about?
So they're providing live entertainment from 3 to 6.
Really?
Yes. And we are providing food for all participants. Pretty nice selection of options there, typical kind of picnic type
Right.
food, you would say, but still we're going to feed everybody. The Hard Rock has kindly donated one free drink to every person who's
Wow.
participating. And then, of course,
Like an alcoholic drink or
well, yes, the soft drinks are already provided for sure as part of the food.
oh.
But yes,
Oh,
actually,
wow.
yeah, you could step
This
up.
ought to be a really good party.
Yeah.
And lots of prizes. Lots of prizes.
Lots, yes.
So do you guys know who the band is or?
Oh, it's actually a single performer, and his name, we just got it yesterday. I have it written down. Do you remember, Jamie?
Timmy, and it's escaping me now. I'm sorry. No.
I'm thinking Kelly, but that's Tim somebody. He does perform
Yeah,
quite
Timmy.
often at the Hard Rock.
Well, you
So
got to be a pro to be out there for sure.
yes, and they are having it on the outside patio.
Oh, that's the best place to do it all.
Right
I mean, that's
there
just a
overlooking the
huge open
ocean.
spot.
Yes, and every one of the venues along the way are dog friendly. They have outside areas where the dogs can see. For those who might have dogs, we know not all the riders will, but there might be some. And so,
Well, and not everybody's going to be riding on a motorcycle.
Well, that's true.
Although there is that one guy with the sidecar who's got the dog with the goggles on. I love seeing him driving
Yes.
around town.
Yes. So yes, we made sure all the stops
For
were
sure.
dog friendly, and many of them have already partnered with us in different events, some of the paw ambassador celebrations and that. So we have really good rapport with quite a few of the stops already, and we're looking for building that relationship even further.
Oh, sure. But I mean, it's such a cool combination, good people, caring community, and pets that we all love. I mean, I'd almost say you can't go wrong. But,
True.
now let me ask you this. What does it cost to join up to be in the, I guess there's the people that'll be riding, and then there's people who can come out to each of the venues and just kind of party and have some fun.
Right.
Um,
Well,
what's it cost to get?
to be a rider for the full package, it's $40 if you
That's it?
sign up ahead of time. We are going to allow people to sign up the day of the event, but it would be $50 for them.
Sure.
And there's some additional costs that we will incur because of parking at the Hard Rock at the end. So that's part of the reason we've
Well,
increased
even
that last.
even like getting out to the Cabbage Patch, they literally give that away to the police athletic league, and you got to pay $5, man. I don't care what it is.
Right. Well, the bikes, from what all the bikes will be able to park as part of this package deal at all the venues. The bikes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's awesome because it's something huge you got to think about. I mean, it's
right.
not like 5 people coming down the road.
Right. So, and at the end, again, we got to get all these bikes parked back at the Hard Rock for the after party. So that was actually a huge
Oh,
consideration of being able to handle that appropriately and safely. But so
sure.
the people will get to they'll show up in the morning. They get a T-shirt. They're going to get their food ticket for the after party as well as the free drink. They're going to get
Hmm.
their first poker card, not their card, but the sheet that they mark on. They'll get that. We also have swag bags we're putting together with different things that have been
Oh,
donated to
awesome.
people, so they're going to get that as well. And so that's what they get. That's a lot for $40 for sure.
No doubt. I mean, when you first said it was $40, I was going, "Oh, okay." I didn't even know they got the entire, well, I guess the entire swag ensemble that you guys have. That's just fantastic. It's the extra
It's awesome
touches
T-shirt.
that are needed, to make something that I believe is well, Jamie is like the perfect example of the cherry on top, no matter what it is. But I was gonna say that I did do some looking and about in the volunteering. And I didn't
Mhm.
even think about this as being something like you guys have in there, a great family get together. I have seen so many of these family reunions that come down, and up in Flagler, I happened to actually, they were doing one with the Key Club, and there just happened to be another family that was there. They had all of the same, the shirts on and everything, and they
Right.
were doing a beach cleanup, which was just
Right.
the coolest idea. But then, maybe like a business, a team building type of thing, to where, hey, let's get everybody out and, not just build a team, but accomplish something.
Well, we do have some of
Yeah.
that already. We have Salty Dog Vacations, which is here
Okay.
in the area. Every
Mm-hmm.
Friday, their owner, Krista, has allows so many of her team members to go out and take the afternoon shift and clean the dog beach.
Wow.
So they do that as a
Yeah.
company. And we just also had a pet insurance company who was celebrating their 20th anniversary. And it's a national company, but their Central Florida group reached out because they were given the day off, but they had to go seek a volunteer opportunity. So they asked us, and they came out, and they were part of the cleanup that we did with the children. Actually, it was a combined effort. So, and we've done that.
That was a great day.
Wonderful day. Yes,
Sorry.
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Jamie. Yeah.
I was just going to say that was, we like to educate the next generation too. So that was a joint effort with Academic Oasis, great little school up at Ormond Beach. And they brought out all of their students, and Nanette taught them about responsible stewardship of our natural resources. They went and picked up trash. We had a contest for the trashiest kid. Whoever picked up the most trash, we weighed all their trash buckets. It was an amazing little day. And like Nanette said, we had the insurance company out there as well, pet insurance. So
God,
just another example of everybody kind of coming together. Yeah.
Well, since it's the first year, we won't have any pictures or video to share, but definitely we would like to, come out there and take a look and see if we can't get any, footage that we'll go ahead and post next week or the following week onto the show.
Oh, we'd love that. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, join us.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, and so far, knock on wood, the weather looks like it's going to be good. Of course, it is Florida, but so far it's looking good for next week.
Don't look ahead.
I'm sorry.
Knocking on wood.
Yeah, knock on
wood.
Listen,
if people want to get in touch with you, they can go to volunteer@DaytonaDogBeach.org. They can go to info@DaytonaBeach.org, or they can just go to DaytonaDogBeach.org. And they get all of the different areas that they can look as to how they can support your organization and become a member, I assume?
They can become a member. Yes, we welcome everybody. We're definitely young and old, whatever you can do, we're willing to accept everybody. And it's really become a great community. So many people that have either moved here and are looking to make friends, but even people that have lived here for a while and somehow felt they weren't connected, they are connecting now to our group. And it's real. That's, again, it's a side impact that's happening, but it's just wonderful to see.
Hey, I want to be a part of it. I'm all in.
Well, come on in. Become a paw ambassador. Come join us. Yeah.
Nanette, can we make everybody an honorary paw ambassador right now?
We can certainly do that. Now, there is one requirement.
Okay.
You have to have fun. It's about being.
Jamie knows that I'm opposed to fun.
Yes.
He'll be just fine. We're all volunteers. We now crown you an honorary paw ambassador, Kelly.
Oh man, I do feel honored. Well, hey, listen, everybody, please get to the Daytona. Actually, get out there and take a look at it. Support these people, volunteer, and if you have a corporation or a business, this would be the perfect time to think about maybe sponsoring the little thing that holds the poopy bags, and I'm sure there's all kinds of signage opportunities, and each of those helps to further the cause. So listen, Nanette, Jamie, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a wonderful, wonderful time. And everybody, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the historic Oakdale Cemetery Walk is happening. It's put on by the West Volusia Historical Society, 800 Clara Avenue in DeLand. And don't forget, Port Orange Family Days kicks off tonight at the City Center Circle, and it goes through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So hope you guys can get out there and support all of these different groups that do so much in our community. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys, and just be nice to each other. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, stay with us.